my friends. It is project number 2 of the 12 projects of Christmas 2025. It is Amy Rich here with amyrich.net. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who loves to share, especially when it comes to Christmas. So we're going to do project number 2 here together using some of the most beautiful products known to man. I hate to overstate, but I love the gold features in a lot of our products these days, and we're going to get to the paper in just a second, but take a look at, first of all, the embellishments. Even the ribbon, the real red ribbon, has a little shimmer to it. And then we've got these glitter sequins that are to die for. So we're going to use some of those. And then we've got the bundle. This traditional labels bundle is so versatile because it is a phrase builder, is what I call it. You can build all kinds of different phrases. You could even do non-Christmassy things with it. And seriously, I'm speechless. I love having so many different labels to choose from when I'm creating my cards. And the fact that they go perfectly with the traditional label stamp set is a bonus. And then, my friends, then we get to the designer series paper. So each one has gold foil accents, just like the modern Christmas paper that we used in project number 1. But these are more traditional Christmas colors, and that is why it is called Traditions of Christmas. Poinsettias, gorgeous. Even the back sides are beautiful, but they're easily be able to use some other way. So you can get a lot out of all of these products, in my humble opinion. And this is the sheet that we're going to use today for our one sheet wonder. Now, if you want a bunch of cards in a hurry, a one sheet wonder is a great way to do it because it uses one sheet of 12 by 12 or sometimes 6 by 6 or even 8.5 by 11 paper. In this case, it's 12 by 12, one sheet of 12 by 12. And we're going to get 6 cards out of it. And it's going to be a lot of DSP. You could probably break it up a little bit more, but I love this one sheet wonder because it's so simple, very few cuts, and just easy to do. So we are going to cut this first at the 4-inch mark, and we're going to cut 3 strips that are 4 inches wide. And then we're going to take one of them here, and we're going to cut it at 5 1/4 2 times. So 5 1/4 by 4. It's a nice layer on our cards. And then we've got this piece left over as well. Now, one little tip about one sheet wonders, this one in particular, you're going to want to pick one that both sides coordinate. So you can use both sides on the same card. And I'm going to show you what I mean in just a little bit. Oh, and this actually gets cut into 2 3/4 inch strips. So now we've got 2 pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4 and 2 that are 4 by 3/4. And then we're going to take the next 2 and we're going to cut them exactly the same. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put them together and trust that I can keep them together as I cut 5 1/4 again. And then I'm going to cut 4 inches. And then I'm going to cut at 1 1/2. And then the other piece, so here's my 1 1/2 on the right-hand side. This piece is going to be 1 1/4. So now we've got all of these pieces ready to go on our cards. 6 of them. 6 cards. I wanted to share a one sheet wonder for Christmas because sometimes we need just some quick cards. Some of us really like to get crazy about our cards, like our cards are over the top amazing. But what if you forget somebody? Then all of a sudden you need some quick cards. This is perfect for that. Or make them in advance. so that you've got your fancy ones. And then you've got the reserve cards that if you forgot somebody, or if you get a card from somebody you weren't expecting to send one to, you know, when that happens, then you're able to just snag the go-to quick and easy one sheet wonder cards. But they're still stunning. Why? Because of the paper. All right, so we've folded our Secret C card bases. One of the reasons I chose this particular design from the pack, because, you know, there are some awesome ones, but one of the reasons I chose this one is because it has that very unique Secret C dark blue color in there, which will offset all the rest of the crazy greens and reds and all the other colors going on. So I like the bolster of a nice dark color cardstock. And so Secret C was my choice. So obviously we have to put white on the inside. Now, what I will say about putting plain white on the inside, you might want to add another strip of the designer series paper in here, because, you know, sometimes when you open it up, you want to see something fun. And so if you put another piece of the designer series paper in there, you know, it gets better. So I don't know what I did, but evidently, there they are. Evidently I put away my other two insides. So what you can do with these obviously is stamp another sentiment, write a little message, and then honestly, if you put a little strip of designer series paper in there, then you won't have to write so much. So there you go. Pro tip of the day. I am full of those, let me tell you. Okay, so we're going to make 6 cards with these pieces here. So we're going to go back to the first ones that I cut. I cut these and I cut these, didn't I? So we're going to create 2 cards with these pieces right here. So start with the large pieces, which of course will layer beautifully onto our card base. I'm so excited to share. I'm like, I've got crud everywhere here. My table is full. All right, so we're going to get these on, 2 of them. Now remember what I said about wanting to make sure both of your sides coordinate together? Well, in this case, now we're going to bring in the plaid piece. And we're going to add it right here on the side. You could go all the way over if you really wanted to make it interesting. But we're going to do the same thing on both cards. Makes it really easy to dress up the paper. And look and see, you can see that plaid, and it's just sweet and really cute. All right, so we're starting simple. So I've got my Merry Christmas here, and notice on the back, I stamped it once and then realized it was the back of the label. Paper crafters, let's talk about the difference between the back of the cardstock and the front when they're actually both sides are the same. We know this, don't we, paper crafters? It's a little rough edged on one side. That's the side that you had facing down when the blade cut through. That's the wrong side, in my humble opinion. And maybe you want to comment if you agree. Okay, so we're just going to add those on like that. So remember, we use the traditional label stamp set and the traditional labels dies to create all of our sentiment pieces for these 6 cards. And notice I'm going in the middle-ish from left to right, and leaving a little bit of that plaid paper down here at the bottom. So we've got 2 really quick and easy cards. Now at the end, we're going to add embellishments to all of the cards, but just keep watching. We're going to do some fun things. Okay, next up, we are going to take the next 2 large pieces, and this time we're going to flip them over and use the plaid. Now, I'm a huge plaid fan, so this for me is, I don't know, it's really fun. Now, obviously, if you want to keep the fancy side with the gold foil, you can do that for all four. I just wanted to mix it up a little bit. So we're using the plaid on the back, still Christmassy to an extent, right? And then we are going to add some of the strips that we had cut on that last cut. And this time I'm going to use the other side, the poinsettia side. So let's get some adhesive on there. And this time we are going to go smack dab in the middle. Measure? Nah. We're just going to lay it down right in the center like that. All right, let's do both the same. This is a dangerous place to put my adhesive on, right? Because it looks so much the same. Oh, well, I managed. All right, so right in the middle. And then we're going to take our sentiment pieces, and I did just for you. Now, this would mean if you didn't want to do Christmas, you could totally not do Christmas. You know, just for you could mean anything. But this time we're going to add ribbon in a couple different ways. The first one here, we're going to take the just for you that's stamped at the top, and I'm going to cut a piece of this beautiful Real Red Shimmer ribbon. And we're going to wrap it around and tie it in a knot. Now, one side is shiny and one side isn't. So now this last time, when I bring it through, I'm going to turn it to make sure the shiny is on both sides. So when you pull that knot tight, you're going to have it shiny, the shiny side up everywhere. All right. So now, as you see, when I turn to the back here, I've got my dimensional in the way. That's what I get for doing it in advance, but that's okay. We'll make it work. But I do want this up just a little bit. Okay. So we're going to adhere this down now. And kind of the same idea as the first card, except this time we're going to layer it on the side like this. And I notice I'm even coming down towards the bottom of the strip a little bit and adhering that, and then we'll trim these so that they're not going crazy in the way. Okay, so super cute card, and we're adding just a little bit of embellishing now. Now for this one, we're just going to put this one on the paper. I know you're like, wait, what about the ribbon? Just wait. Just hold your horses. I'll show ya. I'll show you what's what. This time, we're going to take the ribbon and we're going to just tie it in a knot. And I'm just being careful to get the shiny on the correct side all the way around. Do a little trimming. Notice I did it right on the spool. That is so that I wouldn't do any wasting, or not much. Look at, that's all I cut off. Okay, then we're just going to add this down here at the bottom. Just a little twist on the use of ribbon in that card. All right, so 2 more left, right? Oh, fun. Because we have squares this time. Ooh la la. So first one, we're going to take and do it in portrait. That means vertical. And I'm going to take my square. And I'm going to showcase that beautiful floral. And then I'm going to take the last 2 strips, and I'm going to use the plaid side, of course, so that it contrasts with the floral. And I'm going to put it over here, leaving about 3/4 of an inch on the right side, and then making my border at the bottom about the same as it is at the top. So doing it something like this. And then for the second one, I'm going to turn it the other way, And I'm going to go back to my plaid side. Now again, you can just use the plaid side for accents if you'd rather. I just love my plaid, so I'm going for it. And then we'll put the poinsettia, very similar spacing, and let me show you what we did. See, it's very similar, just opposite. And we're turning it the other direction. So we're going to have it a little bit different. All right, for this one now, let's just snag our sending happy wishes. And we're just going to add that here. Back to kind of keeping it simple for this one. And we're going to bring it down about there. Okay, keeping it simple. And then for this one now, we're going to come back to our ribbon. And we are going to zig and zag. Both of them. We're both going to zig. And then we are also going to zag. Crazy. Are we crazy or what? I think we are. Okay, so we did a lot of zigging and zagging. No, just 3 times. We zigged, we zagged, and then we zigged again. And then we're going to add our sentiment right over the top. So just a little different look. And this time, because of the zigging and the zagging, we have to be okay with the ribbon, part of the ribbon that is not shiny. And I'm okay with it. It's really pretty though. Okay, so now we're going to bring in those glittery dealios. And we're just going to have fun. Oh, what color, what color, what color? I think I'm going to go gold. I picked up a gold and then I'm like, no. And then I'm, yes. So we're going to do it. We're going to do gold. I don't want them all in a row though. Okay. So just a little gold there. And we'll do a little gold here. And this time I think I'm going to go up here. 3 in a row. I think that looks super cool. Really pretty. Next up, let's do some red razzmatazz here. Oh, yeah, let's do that. It is fun to just add a little glitz and glimmer to our projects here. So that's what we're going to do. We're adding the glitz and a little bit of the glimmer, just like that. And that will just dress it up enough so that you feel like, yeah, this is really pretty. I'm really digging how this looks because it's got that little bit of shimmer. So, and even the plain cards, the ones that we just really didn't do anything fancy, those, and let's do some green ones here. Let's do some green and see what we think of that. These are old olive glimmer sequins or whatever they're called. I got a little something on there. I'll have to see if I can get that off. Okay, so what do you think of our one sheet wonder? Fantabulous. They're all so pretty. And it's because of that gorgeous designer series paper. So thank you so much for joining me for this one sheet wonder. I'm excited for you to get your hands on some of your own paper or some of this beautiful traditions of Christmas and give it a try on your own. And by the way, tomorrow we will have project number 3. Come back and watch. Make sure to subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified that a new video is posting, and can't wait. I can't wait to see you again. So thanks for joining me for project number 2.